10 minutes before the hour, just a few days from now, before the long-awaited debut of David Letterman's new Late Show right here on CBS. But this morning, Dave makes his debut on CBS This Morning. And Harry, I talked with him recently. Our first question, has he been taking it easy the last couple of months?
I've been doing other things. I've had no time off. I've been doing a lot of traveling. I've been to a lot of places. I've been meeting a lot of people. And also, in conjunction with that, we moved from our old offices to the brand new offices at the Ed Sullivan Theater. So all of that has been terribly exciting and a little scary.
Have the offices met your expectations here at CBS?
The offices are great.
Room with a view?
The offices are beautiful. I'm right on Broadway. I look right down there. I can see the Great White Way. My roots, as you know, are in theater. You didn't know this, I was in the original, seriously, the original production of Oklahoma. And then Annie, Get Your Gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was in
you
the
would
pit
sing.
orchestra.
You would sing that.
I would do it all.
Oh, what a beautiful morning.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
That rousing, of course, the number that everybody associates with Oklahoma, that was me as a young boy. And so to be back on Broadway is a dream come true for me.
We're glad to have you back. So what can you tell us about the show? What are we going to see on television? I want to know if it's going to be any different than what we've been watching over the last 10 years.
I wish I could say that it was going to be completely different, but it's probably not. Probably going to be the same old thing. But, you know, that was fine. People love the same old thing. And I think too much change is a bad thing in a person's life. So we're going to sort of comfortably ease into the program to establish new viewing habits for the people who have not seen us heretofore.
Yeah. Now, this legal battle has drawn on and on and on about whether you're going to be able to use your stupid pet tricks and the top 10 list. What has that been like for you to watch that from a distance? Is it funny?
Yes, it is. I find it amusing because I don't take it seriously. I think that the people involved are just having some fun with themselves and also with us. Some of the elements we used on the morning show, which was a show that I actually owned. So we feel like we're entitled to those, certainly. And everything else that we did on the show, we stole from other people. So it's those other people. Yeah, those other people. It's not a matter of we don't want NBC to sue us. We just want to make sure the right people sue us.
Do you worry that the people who got late night will get whatever you're going to do an hour earlier?
Well, let me tell you something, Harry. I was there for 12 years, and I still don't get it. So I don't think that's a problem. There's not much there to get. It's me in a suit and with peculiar-looking hair, depending on the humidity, and we just try to do an amusing, silly, entertaining show. If we have a guest on, we want them to be interesting and entertaining.
And everybody talks about it. It's David Letterman. You can't sort of see it in print any place without it says hip and it's, you know, and all of that other sort of stuff. So are you concerned? Are you feeling pressure?
No, I'm not feeling pressure. Please try to restrain yourself, Harry. Maybe just a little too much enthusiasm in that question. Been watching Mike Wallace. No, you know, first of all, I never thought of myself as being hip. I mean, in high school, not that I'm not now, I couldn't have been a bigger dork in high school. And look at me now. I really haven't grown out of it that much, Harry. So I never considered myself to be hip. Even if you want to apply that, and I'm not saying it ever applied, I don't think that automatically eliminates everybody who owns a television set. So I'm not worried. I think a lot of the questions about this program will be answered early on, very, very early.
Like the first night?
Sure.
We'll be judging from here. David, nice to see you.
Thanks, Paula. Nice to see you.
We probably don't have to remind too many of you that the Late Show with David Letterman debuts Monday night at 11:30
Where's the weather guy?
Eastern
When's
Time.
the weather guy coming on?
He's not around right now. He's outside of the studio. But that is Eastern Time, right?
Right.
You got that right on CBS. We're going to continue our discussion.
Is the weather guy coming or not? Will the weather guy be
Stop
here?
it! Just because you used to do the weather, right?
That's
so you
right.
want to take a stab on the weather board?
Do you have a fat weather guy?
No.
No.
You got
a very talented
have him beef this man up.
He wants to do the weather, he said. So one of these days you're going to have to give him that weather board
Dave,
back.
you can have it. I'll help you beef up and I'll beef down with you. You know, he followed me once at Catch a Rising Star on stage when I was doing stand-up. One of the most terrifying moments of my life.
I would have been completely intimidated.
Great fun.
Now this guy is shrinking. You can't believe he is like 35 pounds lighter than he was 3 or 4 months ago. Wait till you hear what he eats.
Weight doesn't disappear from the planet, it just gets redistributed, is what happens.
Here and here.
You got it.
Tomorrow, part 2 of our exclusive interview with Dave. We ask him some pretty interesting questions over the next couple of days, like kids, for example, and getting married. Wait to hear what he has to say 5 minutes before the hour. Stay with us. 10 minutes before the hour. David Letterman's just a weekend away from his CBS debut on the new Late Show. And this morning, in part 2 of the conversation Harry and I had with Dave, Mr. Letterman's got his mind on food.
Good morning again.
Harry, good morning to you and all my best.
And you
Paula,
came
nice
back.
to see you. Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
You came back. Happy to have you here.
Are you so tired of this frenzy, this craziness?
I'll tell you what, we're in a transition period because we went off the air at the old network and now we're getting ready to start here on the new network. And you know how you pursue a schedule and everything falls into place day in and day out. It happens. A schedule forms for you by itself after a while. And that's good because you don't have to think twice. Your intuitions can go to other things. You know that your schedule is going to be A through Z each and every day and it won't have much fluctuation. Well, now that we have been out of production for quite some time, there is no schedule, and so you find odd ways to fill up your free time. And we were out the other day with one of our, I won't mention the man's name, but he occupies a very important part of our staff. And the talk turned to oysters, shellfish generally, specifically oysters. And our director, Hal Gurney, was remarking that he knew of a Bolivian family that once a year came to New York City and went to the Grand Central Oyster Bar, which, by the way, if you come to the city, go down there. It's just great. And eat yourself silly on oysters. And he said that the Bolivian family would come up for shellfish, and they had a 13-year-old kid who would, and had, I guess only once, ate 4.5 dozen oysters. So I'm thinking, this is unbelievable, like an 11, 12-year-old kid from Bolivia just pounding himself full of oysters and getting miserably ill, I would guess. And so this other gentleman who occupies a high position on our production staff said, I could do that. And I said, you're nuts. And he said, yes, I absolutely could do that. And I said, I'll bet you $100 you can't eat 50 oysters. And I'm thinking to myself, this guy will be lucky to get 2 dozen oysters down. And he says, I can do that. And he says, it's not much of a bet. And I said, well, you were the one who started boasting. And I said, all right, $150 to eat 50 oysters. And then any oyster over 50 became a $10 bonus oyster. So yesterday, and to give you an idea how busy we've been, yesterday in my office, we sent down to the Grand Central Oyster Bar for 5 dozen oysters. That's 60 oysters. I had a few. I had like 4 oysters. I was full. So he comes in and he sits down and he's got the cocktail sauce. He eats 50 oysters. And he said, I'm not done. So we ordered another 4 dozen oysters, and he ended up winning from me about $200, and the final count was 60 oysters. Cool, huh?
I can't imagine. I think I'm glad that you're back at work full time now, David.
Yeah, I don't know why I take such pride in telling that story, but you know, it's the only story I have.
Oh, it's great.
You're skinny.
Yeah.
What happened to you?
One day, inadvertently, I get on scales just as a matter of, you know, oh, scales, let me see. I weigh 205 pounds. This is way too much. I'm 6'2", I've always been thin, and I panicked because the last time I checked on scales was like 10 years ago. I weighed 172. So I've gained like 35 pounds, and I see this as a trend. I don't see that I've leveled off at 205. To me, it seems like I'm just building up steam at 205.
But you were exercising. It wasn't like you were sitting around eating 9,000
that was the problem.
meals a day.
I was running like 4.5 miles a day. And when you run 4.5 miles a day, you have this sense of invincibility. And I would go in and I'd say, I'll have the meatloaf sandwich and the pork chops and the chili. And
you and
say
Bill
to yourself,
Clinton.
Exactly. Well, see, there's a perfect case. Here, this guy thinks he looks great because he's running every day, and he's never been tubbier. That's what was happening to me. So because I think I'm running it all off, I'm eating as much as I can because, gee, I enjoy eating.
So would you like to give us the diet here this morning?
You know, it's not easy. And I sympathize with people who have a weight problem, large or small, Harry. Large or small.
Hey, his wife's expecting a child. Give him a
Doesn't
break,
count.
David.
I'm feeling guilty.
So how does that
It's just sympathy pregnancy. Yeah, because you eat along with your wife.
You have to
grills.
stop. You just have to stop eating. I just had to quit eating, and so I'm down to 1 meal a day. But you know, with that blessing comes the curse. I'm always hungry.
Yeah, well, what do you expect eating 1 meal a day? Can you imagine?
He's hungry to go on late night as well, you know, to take over the ratings.
He does his carbo loading right before he goes on the air. Lots of pasta, David said he's
When I
eating.
first realized that I really like David Letterman, he was on the Tonight Show, he's talking about, he said, you know that toothpaste that you see around the sink? They make great after-dinner mints. You know? And I thought, this guy's a funny guy.
What a novel idea. We have more of a conversation with David Letterman coming up on Monday. This is my favorite part of the interview where he tells us about getting married and eventually having kids. Wait till you see what he does when he pretends he has a little baby on his shoulders. A different kind of David Letterman. 5 minutes before the hour. We'll be back. It's 10 minutes before the hour tonight. David Letterman makes it on Broadway. And the Ed Sullivan Theater is a place where a late show with David Letterman premieres right here on CBS. We are psyched. We are ready. Now, you know Dave's a pretty busy guy, but somehow Harry and I managed to corral him. And we asked him if the high expectations for the show made him feel pressure.
Everyone is doing fine with or without us. We hope that everyone will do well with us, but we know that this did not get to be the #1 network by dumb luck. Well, actually, maybe it wasn't. Come to think of it, maybe it is dumb luck, but still in all, here you are. I don't feel any pressure. You know what it is? When you enjoy doing something, if you go on a vacation that's too long, like it's a week long or a half a week too long, you can hardly wait to get back because you miss what you're doing. That's how I feel now. And my only pressure is the way I would have pressure under any other show circumstance, which is we just want to do a nice show. We want to, get these under our belt and kind of start working on the actual content of the show. I mean, I've been doing a lot of silly things over the last 6 months that I normally would not be doing, but because of the job change, I've been doing these other things.
Like what?
Oh, and so traveling, it's fun to get out of New York City and talk to people with a different perspective on your work, on television generally. It's fun to meet other people. You know, and this is no surprise. This is no great insight here, but then look who you're talking to. Whenever you leave New York City, and God knows I love New York City, people seem to be automatically and for no apparent reason friendlier, more open, more trusting. And obviously, as I said, I'm not the first one to say this, but it's disarming. And then when you kind of relax into it, it's so refreshing. And it's like a miracle.
Now wait a minute. You're sincere? This is not the setup for
No.
You're talking about our Midwestern roots?
I'm talking about go anywhere. Go anywhere. It's because people in New York City have other things. Their focus, their attention, their energy is placed on other activities, which is, by and large, survival, that they have lost this kind of openness. I'm not saying this to criticize New York City. I'm just saying it is a wonder when you experience it by leaving the city. I was in Baltimore, a huge city, a very large, very sophisticated metropolis or metroplex. And people there were very nice. I've been to Indiana. I've been to Texas. I've been to Missouri. I've been to Tennessee. They're just nice. For no reason they're nice, and you think, well, this is probably more what God had in mind for folks, Don't you think?
We haven't had a chance to lob any personal questions.
Shoot, go ahead.
At you. Here we go. Do you ever plan to get married again?
Oh, I'm going to get married.
David, would you like to tell us to whom?
No, I'll tell you why, because the last time I was talking to a very nice guy, we did an article in Rolling Stone a few months ago, and he said, are you seeing someone? And I said, oh, yes. And so he said, who? And I said who, and then I also said the state from which she is from, where her family lives. And then, people start following her, people start calling her, people start bothering her parents. And I just thought, that seems like a mistake. These people are just going about their lives, and there's folks sitting in rental cars out in front of their house. So I thought, okay, I've learned something there.
So let's not talk about the wife action then. Let's talk about children.
The wife action?
Yeah,
is that how you refer
the children.
Let's talk about the wife action.
In the same article, you talked about wanting to have children
someday. Are you getting
someday.
any wife action? You know what I mean?
Babies.
I'd love to have kids. I would absolutely love to have kids. And I will. I will get to it. So just relax.
You! I didn't want you to miss out on that, David.
No, I don't want to miss out on anything. A couple of years ago, my friends all started having babies. And I was charmed by this. I hadn't been around an infant in years and years and years. And man, was that a pleasant experience. Just the way they feel, just the weight of them, the way they kind of move, and the hair. Paul Schaefer just had a baby, and his wife Kathy brought the baby up to the office. You just put your face right up on the baby's head, and there's nothing like that. Have you ever felt anything like that? It's just, it's amazing, and it's so easy to be drawn to that. And I said, this is something I have to do.
Do you have any advice for Harry and me as we get ready for the impending arrival of both of our children? They're probably going to come, maybe 4 days apart?
Well, I don't know. I think you're all right, but in the case of Harry, I would recommend private schools in Switzerland. That's what I'm thinking here, Harry.
David Letterman, Normal Guy, debuts tonight, 11:30 Eastern Time.
Well, thank you very much.
Good luck.
Oh, I'm going to savor that.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Harry.
See you.
Now the weather guy?
He'll be here.